DNI Tulsi Gabbard is doubling down on allegations that Obama, the administration officials, politicized intelligence against Donald Trump.
So Griff Jenkins is live at the White House with the details. Griff, update us.
Well, good morning, guys. DNI Gabbard certainly shook things up in the briefing room yesterday, releasing more documents accusing former President Obama and his top intel aides of manufacturing and politicizing intelligence that led to the years-long Russiagate investigation. And she's sending the documents, referring it to the DOJ for possible prosecution. Watch.
Believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former President Obama?
Correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment.
A spokesman for President Obama's office issuing a statement saying, "Our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response, but these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction." Now, the document released yesterday is a report written back in 2017 by the House Intelligence Committee, refuting the narrative that Putin preferred Trump over Clinton in 2016. The report also alleges Russian Foreign Intelligence Service was planning to release unverified health information on Clinton if she won, saying Clinton was suffering from intensified psycho-emotional problems, including uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness. Clinton was placed on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. Now, late last night, a longtime Clinton aide got back to Fox calling the claim, quote, ridiculous. And the top Democrats on the House and Senate Intelligence Committees are calling this all a mere distraction. Guys?
Well, it's a legitimate investigation. Thanks, Griff. And I guess the new revelations are they believe on December 9th that had a totally different conclusion about what Trump and Russia were doing in 2016. Up until December 9th, they had no problem saying that Russia tried to infiltrate into our elections, but were not successful. Something happened, and with Barack Obama leading this meeting, that said, we believe that there was in it to make Trump win, and we're going to investigate collusion of the Trump campaign. And that's when 2.5 years of distraction took place.
So a couple of things that have happened. First, you have the DNI, who manages all of the intelligence agencies doing the report. So a lot of people keep citing the Senate, as well as Jonathan Durham, as well as Mueller. They didn't have access to this information. And so now that is what is new. The timeline is what is new. The second thing is you got a Department of Justice now that is essentially assembled an entire A team to find out who can be charged, because we see this often, Ainsley. We'll see this big story of someone doing something criminal, and nothing ever happens to them. Now we have a Department of Justice that's going to see if it meets the standard.
Yeah, she says she has new evidence that points all the way up to Barack Obama, but his spokespeople deny his involvement. Andy McCarthy thinks that he was complicit, but says you can't prosecute him. Listen.
There's no doubt that Obama was complicit up to his neck in what I think was the worst political dirty trick in American history. The issue narrowly is whether there's any crime that comes out of that. The scandal here is they had a legitimate reason to investigate Russia's meddling in the election. And what they did was they used that as a pretext to basically investigate Trump, to spy on his presidency, and to try to make him an ineffective president. That's why it's a terrible political dirty trick. The issue, again, Brian, is it prosecutable? And I just don't see it.
Not yet.
The report also says that they had career intel officials that were looking into this, and they did not believe, and they said this in the report, that Putin was working to elect Donald Trump. There was no collusion. But then Brennan still used the dirty dossier to create this narrative that there was collusion, which was paid for by Hillary Clinton. And so it appears that he wasn't listening to the intel officers who were investigating this.
भाऊ तुले काय जग बदलवायचं असन तर लग्नाच्या आधीच बदलो. काहून मी असं काहून म्हणून राहिलो? कारण की ज्याचं लग्न झालं त्याला जाऊन विचार. लग्न झाल्यावर तू साधं TV चॅनल नाही बदलू शकत. जग तर दूरच राहिलं. हो